Police and Elon Musk are investigating in your location. A news alert flashes urgently on your phone, as if the device itself has been waiting for this moment to whisper a secret in your ear. Police and Elon Musk are investigating in your location. You glance up from the dim kitchen light that's been buzzing for 3 days straight, a fluorescent hum that never quite gives you peace, to check if the shadows beyond your window are shifting in some suspicious rhythm. The thought of police in your street is unsettling enough, but imagining Elon Musk stepping out of a sleek convoy of unmarked, flanked by drone escorts and trailing invisible satellite uplinks, is something else entirely. Your mind races, trying to recall if you've ever done anything worth investigating. Nothing comes to mind except that time you jaywalked across the main road at midnight last summer. Surely Musk himself wouldn't fly across the country for a misdemeanor. Maybe this isn't about you directly. Maybe it's about the whole block, the neighborhood, something vast beneath the cracked sidewalks and aging sewer lines. Alien? Corporate? Both? Your palms sweat as you lean against the countertop, the fridge rumbling behind you like a muted earthquake. You try to steady your breathing, convincing yourself it must be a hoax, one of those fake news alerts designed to harvest clicks and scatter paranoia across the internet. But then the sirens begin. Not far, not too close, just enough to remind you that something is stirring in the night. A low wail cuts through the silence of the sleeping houses, followed by a deep, fringing sound overhead, mechanical yet alive, vibrating not just through your ears but through your chest cavity. It's a drone, but not the cheap recreational kind. This one moves with precision, hovering like a hawk, scanning. Its undercarriage flashes a sequence of lights you can't decipher. Maybe code, maybe warning, maybe greeting. In that moment, you understand that tonight won't be like any other night. The boundary between your mundane existence and the sprawling machinery of power, money, and mystery has collapsed. And you, ready or not, are inside the story. You step outside, barefoot on the concrete. The night air is cool against your skin, carrying the faint smell of ozone, as though a storm has passed or is about to begin. Neighbors peek through curtains, their silhouettes nervous, some clutching phones to their ears, whispering to unseen relatives or friends. At the end of the street, you see the glow of headlights, not the yellowish flicker of ordinary patrol cars, but the steady bluish-white beams of electric engines, silent except for the crunch of tires over gravel. And there he is, unmistakable even at a distance. Elon Musk steps out with that slightly awkward posture, as if his body hasn't quite caught up with his ambitions. He's flanked by uniformed officers who look both confused and deferential, unsure whether to treat him like a civilian consultant or their superior. Strangely, he seems ordinary in that moment, glancing around as if searching for something only he can sense, his face half-lit by the street lamp, eyes reflecting a private constellation of thoughts. You almost laugh at the absurdity, but you swallow the impulse. The silence is too heavy, charged. The drone above dips lower, aligning itself with Musk as though tethered by invisible strings. He points toward the ground, toward the cracked asphalt you've walked over 1,000 times, and mutters something to the police chief, who scribbles it down. The chief's hand trembles, the pen nearly slipping. You realize none of this is theater. Something real is happening, and you're inside its blast radius. You think about retreating into your house, locking the door, pulling the blinds, pretending tomorrow that you'd slept through it all. But your phone buzzes again. Another alert, not from the news app, but from an unknown source. A blank notification with only 2 words, "Stay outside." Your throat tightens. Who sent it? How did they know you were hesitating? Why outside, when every instinct screams to hide? Yet a deeper instinct. The one that whispers when you cross streets without looking or sense eyes on your back, tells you to obey, to stand your ground. So you remain, arms crossed, trying to appear casual, though your heart gallops. Musk's gaze sweeps across the street until it lands impossibly directly on you, as though he's been searching for your face all along. He begins to walk closer, officers trailing reluctantly. Your mind races with possibilities. Maybe he needs a witness. Maybe he suspects you. Maybe your house is built over a secret installation. Maybe this is the moment your life fractures into before and after. You wish for a clever sentence to break the tension, but none arrives. Only silence and the approaching footsteps of a man whose name is stitched into the fabric of this century. When Musk stops in front of you, he doesn't introduce himself, doesn't smile, doesn't extend a hand. He simply asks, "Have you seen the lights?" You stammer, unsure. Of course you've seen lights. Street lights, headlights, the blinking drone. But you sense he means something else, something unusual. Before you can form words, he continues, explaining in clipped fragments, "A signal has been traced here, an anomaly, a pulse that doesn't align with any known transmission on Earth. His satellites picked it up first. Then police scanners echoed it. Now they need to locate its source before it vanishes. If it does, it may never return." The way he speaks makes you believe this signal is monumental, extraterrestrial, from the future, or both. Your knees weaken. The world you knew has shifted, widened, cracked open to reveal dimensions you can't process. Musk studies your reaction, gauging your capacity for wonder or fear. He's not asking for information you have, he's testing if you're ready to receive what he carries. Your mouth opens, words uneven. "I've seen lights, yes, but I don't know if they're the ones you mean." Musk nods, confirming something to himself. His eyes narrow with the intensity of a man who stares at schematics of rockets and code that tries to outsmart him. He says softly, almost like a confession, "They're not ours. They're not anyone's." Before you can process that, the police chief interrupts, asking if the neighborhood should be evacuated. Musk shakes his head sharply. "No, that would scatter the signal. We need density. We need witnesses." The pattern reacts to observation. You feel like you've stumbled into a physics experiment using human beings as tools. The absurdity claws at your sanity, but it pulls you deeper. Some irrational corner of your heart has always hoped for a night like this, where the world tilts and reveals its hidden machinery, where the universe says, "Look, you were right to wonder." The drone overhead emits a high-pitched, metallic tone, a sustained note that makes your teeth ache. Musk glances upward, murmuring to an officer who types hurriedly on a tablet. You barely notice, because your phone buzzes again. Another anonymous message: follow him. You stare at the screen, then at Musk, then at the officers. Is the sender part of this? Or dragging you into a parallel layer? Your pulse quickens. The idea of unseen forces guiding you is terrifying and exhilarating. When Musk walks down the block, scanning the cracked pavement, your feet move too, shadowing him like an unwilling disciple. No one invites you, no one stops you. Stranger still, as if your presence was expected. The night grows denser, clouds covering the moon. The air smells faintly metallic, like iron filings. Your skin prickles with rising static. Musk halts in front of an abandoned house, windows boarded, roof sagging, the kind you've passed countless times without thought. He whispers, "It's here." The police look uncertain, one mutters that the structure is condemned. Musk waves them silent, his focus absolute. He's listening, not to ordinary sounds, but to vibrations, signals weaving between the bricks. He steps onto the porch, the drone follows, lowering to eye level, scanning, recording, humming like a curious animal. You stand rooted, unable to decide whether to follow or flee before the story consumes you. The door groans open under Musk's hand, though the wood looks too rotten to resist. The interior exhales stale mold, dust, and something sharper, like burned circuits. You think of online stories, secret labs, crashed objects hidden in plain sight, people vanishing after stumbling onto wrong coordinates. Your stomach knots, but curiosity tethers you stronger than fear, pulling you inside into darkness broken by flashlights and the drone's cold beams. The living room is empty. Cobwebs like curtains, wallpaper peeling. But beneath the floorboards, a faint pulse of light flickers, irregular like a struggling heartbeat. Musk kneels, presses his ear to the wood, then points. Officers pry at the boards with crowbars until the floor caves open, revealing a cavity. In it lies something you can't immediately understand, a shard, not of glass or metal, but condensed light solidified into matter, shimmering in uncategorizable hues. Your mind reels. The world tilts again, thoughts fracturing between awe and dread. Musk stares as if beholding a long-sought treasure. He whispers, "It's responding." Indeed, the shard pulses faster, light brightening, reflecting glyphs on the walls, morphing too quickly to decode, but too precise to be random. Your breath catches. Conflict unbearable, Musk and police see this as their find, but an unknown presence recruits you to intervene. The weight of choice presses on your chest. Musk signals to lift the shard carefully with gloved hands and lead-lined containers. An officer reaches down, the shard flares, a blinding burst knocking him back, his body convulsing as if electrified. You scream silently, air escaping without sound. Others rush to help, dragging him away, limbs twitching, eyes rolling. Musk remains calm, muttering, "This confirms it's aware. It defends itself." He kneels closer, whispering unheard words. His face illuminates by alien light. The shard pulses in sync, as if listening. You want to run, but your feet drag you closer until you're near the cavity, staring into its glow. For a fraction of a second, the world dissolves, endless stars, spiraling galaxies, immense structures drifting between suns. A whisper in your mind, we have waited. You're back in the rotting house, gasping, clutching the wall. Musk stares at you, eyes wide in recognition. It spoke to you, didn't it? Your silence betrays you. Police mutter about containment and backup. Musk's focus never wavers, you've become the most important variable. Your pulse hammers, sweat drips down your spine. The shard is no longer just an object, it's a question, a burden, maybe a destiny. Against reason, your hands tremble, pulled by invisible magnets. The shard's light wraps around your fingers in filaments of nameless hues. Musk's voice cuts through, steady. Careful. Don't touch it bare-handed. We don't know the transmission vector. But your body isn't yours anymore. Deeper than choice moves you, resonance between your heartbeat and the shard's pulse. You reach down, the light softens, expands, envelopes your hand as though welcoming. Musk's eyes widen in awe, he sees the shard wants you. Police murmur, weapons shifting uneasily. One whispers, this isn't right. This isn't human. Musk silences him, gaze fixed on you like a prophecy fulfilling. The shard fuses to your skin. Not physically, but through sensation, warmth sinking into your bones, rewriting your breath. You stagger back, clutching the glowing fragment. The room tilts, spinning between dimensions, walls into, ceiling into light oceans. Seconds pass, but everyone stares, Musk in fascination, police in fear, the injured officer groaning. Musk steps forward, voice low and coaxing, it responds to you. That means you're the interface. I need you to come with us. No time for debate. His words are calm, but his eyes burn with obsession, the fire of a man chasing impossible dreams across rockets, cars, neural implants, and now this. Your phone buzzes a final time, do not trust him. 3 words, devastating. You're split between Musk's resources, he could protect or imprison you, and the unseen sender guiding from shadows, knowing too much. The house shudders, dust cascading as the structure feels the shard awaken. A low rumble grows beneath your feet, like hidden machinery. Police panic, shouting orders, Musk stays steady, smiling chillingly, he expected this, perhaps wanted it. It's opening, he shouts, pointing as the cavity widens, boards splintering, foundation cracking to reveal a tunnel spiraling downward, lined with smooth, seamless, shimmering metal, not rusted or human-made. How could this lie unnoticed beneath your neighborhood? Yet here it is, yawning, demanding descent. Musk signals his team. But the shard pulses violently. The tunnel's glow aligns with it, recognizing you, waiting for your step. Everyone sees it. The choice is yours. Musk's voice sharpens, you go first. Not a request, an order disguised as inevitability. You want to resist, but he's right. The tunnel responds only to you. You glance at police for intervention, their loyalty fractures in confusion. Some look to Musk, others at you suspiciously. You're utterly alone, the unknown pressing on your shoulders. Yet the shard's warmth steadies you, whispering wordlessly, promising answers if you dare. You step forward into the tunnel, bare feet on the alien surface, cool but not cold, smooth but humming with energy. The descent is steep, spiraling, but the shard guides your balance, illuminating each step as if the path anticipates you. Behind you, Musk and officers follow, footsteps hesitant, breaths tight. The tunnel widens, air shifts from stale to electric, ionized currents lifting your arm hairs. The spiral opens into a vast chamber, far larger than the house above could conceal. Lit by luminescent veins shifting like living circuitry. At its center hovers a spherical object, immense, rotating slowly without support. Its surface flows with glyphs like the shards, machine and organism, artifact and intelligence. It has been waiting. Musk rushes forward, hunger uncontained, shouting to document everything. But the object ignores him, rotations altering only as you approach. The shard resonates with its glow, harmonizing. You hear it not with ears, but in your thoughts, a chorus converging, you are the bridge. Your knees weaken from magnitude. This artifact isn't a relic, it's a messenger from something larger across stars. Chosen not by merit, but resonance, perhaps accident, though nothing feels accidental. Musk shouts questions about technology, energy, communication. The sphere acknowledges only you. Raising the shard instinctively, it slots into an invisible recess, clicking like destiny. The chamber erupts with light, symbols flaring into sequences, data streams flooding the air like tangible rivers. Police stagger back, shielding eyes. Musk pushes forward, absorbing it all, face split between wonder and desperation. You alone feel clarity as voices weave into language, we seeded fragments across your world. Few resonate. You resonate. The time is near. The words burn, carrying immeasurable weight. You want to ask who they are, what time, what they expect. But the torrent overwhelms, flooding senses with branching futures, Earth uplifted into civilizations or consumed in flames if resonance corrupts. Musk grabs your arm forcefully, voice raw, tell me what it's saying. I can help you understand it, but you have to share. His desperation cuts deep, he's sincere yet blinded, irrelevant to the artifact's judgment. Your phone vibrates. Though you don't remember bringing it, the screen glows, choose soon. They will try to take you. The chamber shudders, the sphere's light dims, taxed by revelation. Communion can't last, forces will converge, governments, militaries, corporations, all hungry. Musk clutches your arm, eyes wild, police argue jurisdiction, backup, containment. You stand at the nexus, holding fate and fragment. Voices fade into a whisper that lingers. A rumor, police in the neighborhood, and on the wilder side of the rumor, Elon Musk, stepping from a convoy of unmarked Teslas with drone escorts and satellite tracers trailing like silver threads through the sky. Your stomach knots at the thought. Not even the memory of a single jaywalk last summer feels remotely connected to this. If Musk came all this way, it isn't for a misdemeanor. This feels bigger. Bigger than you, bigger than your block, bigger than the cracked sidewalks and aging sewers that always sounded traveled by some unseen, patient machinery. Then the sirens begin. Soft at first, then louder, a low, wail-like moan that slides through the houses and into your chest. Above you, a drone hums you into the night, precision in its motion, lights along its undercarriage blinking in sequences you cannot decipher. A dull blue-white glow replaces ordinary patrol lamps as it hovers, scanning, as if it knows you're listening, waiting. The street lights flood the block as the convoy rolls into view, the silhouettes of officers, the glimmer of badges, the strange, rigid posture of Musk as he moves with that awkward, almost boyish certainty that his ambitions outrun his bones. He doesn't pause to greet anyone. He looks up, as if the night itself is a thing he can negotiate, and when his gaze lands on you, it feels as if every heartbeat has suddenly been booked into a ledger of consequences. "Have you seen the lights?" he asks, not as a question but as a diagnostic. A scientist's prompt, a riddle dressed as confession. You say you've seen lights, yes, street lamps, headlights, the drone's eye in the sky, but not the lights he means. He nods, and his eyes narrow, measuring. He speaks in clipped fragments about a signal traced to this very area, an anomaly, a pulse that defies earthly transmission. His satellites detected it first, the police scanners echoed it, now they need to locate its source before it vanishes again. If it disappears, so might the answer. Where you think you stand with reason, he seems to add, though he keeps the words inside his mouth. The chief asks for evacuation, cautions about danger. Musk shakes his head, fast and firm. No, not evacuation. Not yet. That would scatter the signal. We need density. We need witnesses. The pattern responds to observation. The phrase lands like a theorem in your bloodstream. The night itself feels like a physics experiment in which you are both subject and variable. The drone shifts, its tone a sustained, high-pitched note that makes your teeth ache. You feel a pull, almost a magnetism, toward something you cannot yet name. A message comes through your phone, anonymous, unfamiliar, stay outside. Whoever sent it knows you are listening. A second message, follow him. Musk begins to walk down the street, and you trail in his wake, as if your legs have been scripted to this moment. The neighborhood's curtains twitch, neighbors peek, someone clutches a phone and whispers to unseen kin. The air grows heavier, tastes metallic, like iron filings rubbed between your fingers. The source of the anomaly is a short, condemned house at the far end of the block, its windows boarded, its roof sagging as if it, too, has learned a foreign language of signals. Inside, the house breathes a stale air, dust motes suspended in the beams of flashlights. The floor creaks, the wallpaper peels, and beneath the boards, a faint pulse of light beats like a living heart. Musk kneels and sets an ear to the wood. He rises slowly, then points. The officers pry at the boards with crowbars. "Th.